Star Wars dog fighting. We're gonna watch the trailer for Star Wars Squadrons. There's an EA event happening this week, apparently. I believe this is like a cinematic trailer. I'm not sure if there's gameplay involved or not, but let's check it out anyway.
Peggy 16.
Peggy? Oh wow. Oh wow.
This is gonna be close.
Do a barrel roll.
Pilots, you are the Empire's strength. We do not accept defeat.
God, looks familiar.
Remember why we fly. For hope. For the new republic.
Vengeance will be ours.
So beautiful. So beautiful.
And the perfect shot makes history.
5 pilots.
1 squadron.
The galaxy's finest.
It's like a recruitment video.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Woo!
Okay.
Launching
so this is-
2/10/20.
I was about to say, this is the way the rest of the world writes the dates, where it's the day, then the month, then the year. So that's the
Okay.
2nd of October. Not the 10th of February.
Wait, what? Yeah.
Like, I should have been playing this already.
It's not a gameplay trailer, obviously, but I think in terms of like a trailer alone, I love the tone, I love the wonder, I love the mood. Sometimes I feel like the game trailers capture the magic and wonder of Star Wars better than some of the movies nowadays. I thought this was absolutely just gorgeous to look at. What I thought was interesting is that you could obviously fight on both sides. You could choose between which side you want to play as in this game. But I thought for a cinematic trailer, I found it interesting how whenever we were like looking from the Empire's perspective, that it didn't go all doom and gloom and dark with them. They treated them just with the same amount of like love and glory.
Right, in their cause.
Yeah, like there's a sense of wonder to play as part of the Empire as well.
This confusing propaganda piece that makes you want to join both sides.
Yeah, that's, I mean, I thought it was like, I expected that when you go there, like, ooh, we'll get some dark, moody music, but we didn't do that.
Or appeal more directly to the darkness within you, or some kind of elitism within you that the Empire embodies.
I mean, obviously shot a little bit darker, like when the person is talking to all the troopers on the Imperial side. I was wondering, at 116, is that Wedge Antilles? Looks a lot like him.
Sure looks like, yeah.
I'm so used to seeing Wedge Antilles' face with that helmet and visors on. But I imagine that's him. They gave some shining moments to him right here.
Yeah, man, get some Easter eggs in that game.
And it takes place right after Return of the Jedi. Is there an article on this game? So we're looking at one on The Verge right now. Developed by Motive Montreal, which previously contributed to Battlefront 2 and Anthem. Battlefront 2, which I enjoyed playing it, but then again, I was just versing my girlfriend for like 5 straight hours the last time I played it. We were just going one-on-one. Squadrons will let players fly a variety of Star Star Wars ships, including the X-Wing, A-Wing, Y-Wing, U-Wing, TIE Fighter, TIE Interceptor, TIE Bomber, and TIE Reaper fighters. That's cool to hear, including fleet battles where the goal is to work with your teammates to destroy a capital ship, as well as more traditional dogfighting mode. That's what we're here for, baby. While the game will offer extension customization options for both gameplay, altering items like weapons, hulls, engines, and shields, as well as a variety of cosmetics to customize your cockpit, ship, and pilot appearance, the company promises that everything will be earned solely through gameplay, the way it ought to be.
Not money.
Yeah.
Premium content.
Yeah, God. Multiplayer supported between players on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Squadrons will also be compatible with VR.
Yeah, this is made for. I mean, I was thinking that during the trailer.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, this better be.
That'd be awesome to play with VR. I'm just going to go to Dan and Alyssa's and play with them on their VR headset. We'll feature a new single-player campaign set after the Battle of Endor, which will put players into the shoes of pilots from both the New Republic's Vanguard Squadron and the Galactic Empire's Titan Squadron.
Do you have to be in the Titan Squadron? Is it like you have to play a little of both, or can you choose?
This is the kind of the information I was looking for here, because it's been a long time since we got in just a pure space battle game, hasn't it? It's been like a long time.
Like it, yeah.
While recent Star Wars titles like Star Wars Battlefront 2 have put players in the cockpits of X-Wings, TIE Fighters, and other iconic vehicles from the franchise, it's been over a decade since there was a major Star Wars game devoted to space battles. The most recent being 2003 Star Wars, the one on GameCube, Rebel Strike, for Nintendo GameCube.
Yeah.
A long pedigree of starfighter combat games in the Star Wars franchise, most famously led by the X-Wing and TIE Fighter games released for PC in the 1990s that focus on more realistic space combat. It feels a little bit more like it's in tune with that.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I mean, I was thinking of Rogue Squadron during this trailer. That was, it's like there are a lot of games in the Star Wars universe, but that's one I actually did get down with a lot back in the day, because I love that kind of thing, just jumping into the ship and the world and, being able to pilot it around and feel that feeling that you pointed out during the trailer, where you really are getting that Star Wars quality transcribed, but in a really lucid way.
Yeah. So right now, this is cool. I know that when it comes to games like this one, and I remember like the Battlefront qualms that people had with the way that turned out with Star Wars Battlefront 2, when that shooter game came out, there was a lot of anticipation for it. The graphics was amazing, but then the limited options and the pay to play stuff, and there's a whole bunch of grievances that were constantly expressed by fans when it came to that game. I imagine that this time around they're going to be doing whatever they can to make sure the same level of backlash is not received for this particular one. Like with the company promising that everything will be earned solely through gameplay here in this installment of Squadron, I imagine that'll mean a lot to gamers. You know?
Well, and they need to mend that bridge because EA, one of their posts to Reddit about their plans for that Battlefront 2 game was like the most downvoted in history, and they have to be aware of that coming towards this.
Oh, of course they are.
And that's the one thing I guess that made me wonder is how much breadth of gameplay and breadth of, options you'll have, because, this definitely seems like it's going to lend itself really heavily to online play, getting together with a few of your friends and doing that sort of thing. But will there be like involved story of some kind, or how many different ways to approach this will there be?
And what famous players might you be able to unlock? Ooh. And how much of a bitch will it be to unlock them?
Will there be a good amount of places to start playing, or just a couple places to start playing?
Yeah, I didn't get heavily involved with Battlefront 2. I definitely played it a few times, but I didn't go all out with it. I only rented it for like a week. Anyway, guys, are you guys excited for Squadrons? I'm looking forward to the gameplay trailer. That'll probably help put a better decision in my hands on whether or not I'll actually be renting, playing at a friend's house, or buying it myself. But what are your guys' thoughts on it so far? Leave it down in the comments. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click the notification bell. And last but not least, I want to shout out today a man named Pete Dunn. Pete is working on a lot of things right now. One of them is a novel, and he actually sent me over a quick 10-page outline of his for a very complex novel that he is assembling, that he wants to turn into a book series. I gotta tell you, bud, I'm really proud of what you've cooked up. We've gone back and forth a lot on what you've so far created. It's very dark, very wildly inventive. And while I did have certain questions, I know that you have a lot of the answers sort of pertaining to your mind and heart right now. But dude, I cannot wait for you to dish this novel out. I can't wait for you to put it out there for the world to see, because I don't know what I'm allowed to reveal. I don't know what he's comfortable with me revealing about it. It's It's dark, it's twisted, it's morbid, but man, is it also really cool and a very awesome type of supernatural sense. It's kind of like Hannibal meets Supernatural meets Constantine. I really am happy that you are going through this, and the amount of work that you put into it. You got to pat yourself on the back. Just even for this intensive an outline that you have completed. That in and of itself is a big part of the writing process. So, dude, I want to encourage you to keep going at it, to keep writing, because you clearly have a gift, and the world deserves to see it. Thank you, Pete.